Behold, an aged King Lear, weary of the crown's heavy weight, sought to shed his burdens. He purposed to divide his vast kingdom among his 3 daughters, but first, a test of love, a public declaration of affection. Goneril and Regan, with honeyed words and false devotion, poured forth their feigned adoration. Their flattery, a poison disguised as nectar, delighted the old king's ears. Then came Cordelia, his youngest, whose truth was her only adornment. She could not, would not, speak the empty vows her sisters had uttered. Her honesty, a stark mirror to their deceit, ignited Lear's furious wrath. In a fit of blinding rage, he disinherited his truest child, banishing her from his sight and his kingdom. He cleaved his realm in 2, bestowing all upon the treacherous Goneril and Regan, retaining only the empty title of king. Soon, the bitter fruit of Lear's folly began to ripen. Goneril, once so loving, turned cold and contemptuous, stripping away his retinue, his dignity, his very essence. Her hospitality became a cruel mockery. Driven from her house, the king sought solace with Regan, believing her heart might hold more warmth. But Regan, a viper more venomous than her sister, proved even crueler, denying him shelter, denying him comfort. His daughters, whom he had elevated to power, now cast him out, a king without a kingdom, a father without a home. The realization of their monstrous ingratitude gnawed at his very soul. His mind, once firm, began to fray under the weight of their betrayal. The world, once his dominion, now seemed a vast, indifferent wilderness. Cast out into the raging night, Lear faced the fury of the heavens. The storm, a tempest of wind and rain, mirrored the tempest within his own shattered mind. He railed against the elements, against the injustice of the world. His reason, once the anchor of his being, slipped its moorings. He spoke with the wild wisdom of madness, seeing truth in the suffering of the lowest wretch. He found companionship in the desolate heath with a fool whose wisdom cut deep, and a madman, poor Tom, who was in truth a nobleman in disguise. In their company, Lear's descent into madness deepened. Yet, paradoxically, he began to see with new eyes. The storm raged, a cosmic reflection of the chaos unleashed by his own tragic errors. Meanwhile, another tragedy unfolded in the shadows. The loyal Earl of Gloucester, deceived by his illegitimate son Edmund, suffered a fate even more horrific. Edmund, a master of deceit, plotted against his own father and legitimate brother, Edgar. Gloucester, attempting to aid the outcast Lear, was branded a traitor. His eyes, the very windows to his soul, were brutally torn from their sockets, a monstrous act of cruelty. Blinded and abandoned, Gloucester was left to wander, guided unknowingly by his disguised son, Edgar, who, as poor Tom, had already encountered Lear. The world became a realm of perpetual night for him. In his physical blindness, Gloucester began to perceive the true nature of men, a painful, belated enlightenment. From across the sea, Cordelia, the banished daughter, returned with a French army, her heart still pure, her love unwavering. She sought to restore her father, to mend the fractured kingdom. A climactic battle ensued, a desperate clash between the forces of justice and the entrenched power of tyranny. Hope flickered, a fragile flame against the encroaching darkness. But fate, ever cruel, turned against them. Lear and Cordelia's forces were defeated. They were captured, their last hope extinguished, their freedom lost. The old king, his spirit already broken, now faced the ultimate despair, the final crushing blow of defeat. In the cold confines of their prison, the final unbearable tragedy unfolded. Cordelia, the embodiment of love and truth, was cruelly hanged, her life extinguished by the very forces her father had unleashed. Lear, witnessing the death of his beloved daughter, The one true light in his darkening world could not bear the weight of such sorrow. His heart, already ravaged by grief and madness, finally gave way. He collapsed, his last breath a lament for his lost child, his last moments consumed by an agony beyond words. The king, once mighty, died a broken man, his reign ending not with a flourish, but with a whisper of despair. Thus ends the tale of Lear, a king undone by pride, betrayed by ambition, and consumed by the storm of his own making.